Class 11th, Subject Physics, Second Chapter, Mathematical Methods. Mathematical Methods. From the chapter, let us see numericals from exercise. Numericals from exercise, and these numericals are from question number 3 from the exercise. The first numerical is stated as determine factor A cross factor B given factor A equal to 2I cap plus 3J cap and factor B equal to 3I cap plus 5J cap, and therefore the given data for this numerical is factor A equal to 2I cap plus 3J cap, factor B equal to 3I cap plus 5J cap, and we have to find out factor A cross factor B, that is cross product of these two vectors A and B, and therefore factor A cross factor B will be equal to 2I cap plus 3J cap cross 3I cap plus 5J cap. So each term from this first vector will be multiplied by each term from the second vector, and therefore we can write, first of all we will multiply 2I cap by 3I cap and then by 5J cap. Similarly, after this 3J cap will be multiplied by 3I cap and 5J cap, and therefore it will be written as 2I cap cross 3I cap plus 2I cap cross 5J cap plus 3J cap cross 3I cap and plus 3J cap cross 5J cap. Therefore it will be written as 2 into 3, that is 6, and I cap into I cap. So that will be 6 into I cap cross I cap plus 2 into 5, that is 10 into I cap cross J cap plus 3 into 3, 9 J cap cross I cap plus 3 into 5, 15 into J cap cross J cap. But we know that I cap cross I cap equal to J cap cross J cap equal to 0. That is self cross product of a vector is equal to 0. Then I cap cross J cap is equal to K cap and J cap cross I cap will be equal to minus K cap. So putting these values we will get factor A cross factor B is equal to 10 K cap minus 9 K cap, because for these two terms of I cross I and J cross J it will be 0, and therefore we will get A cross B will be equal to 10 K cap minus 9 K cap, which comes out to be K cap. So this will be the required answer. Now let us go for numerical number 2, which is given as show that the vectors factor A is equal to 2I cap plus 3J cap plus 6K cap, factor B equal to 3I cap minus 6J cap plus 2K cap, and factor C equal to 6I cap plus 2J cap minus 3K cap are mutually perpendicular. So we know that if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then their scalar product is 0. Then their scalar product is 0. If two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then their scalar product is equal to 0, or if the scalar product of two non-zero vectors is equal to 0, then the vectors must be perpendicular to each other. And therefore, in this case, three vectors, vector A, vector B and vector C are given. First of all, we will have to show that vector A and vector B are perpendicular. Then vector B and vector C are perpendicular. And then vector A and vector C are perpendicular. And at last we can say that these three vectors are mutually perpendicular. And therefore, let us find out their scalar products. So for vector A dot vector B, that scalar product will be written as ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Vector A dot vector B equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. And therefore vector A dot vector B will be equal to, putting the values, we will get 2 into 3 plus 3 into minus 6 plus 6 into 2, which comes out to be 6 minus 18 plus 12. So that 6 plus 12, that is 18, 18 minus 18, that will be equal to 0, and therefore as scalar product of vector A and B is 0, therefore we can say that vector A is perpendicular to vector B. Vector A is perpendicular to vector B. First equation we will get. Then secondly, for vector B and vector C, that is vector B dot vector C will be equal to bxcx plus bycy plus bzcz, bxcx plus bycy plus bzcz, and therefore it will be written as vector B dot vector C will be equal to, putting the values, 3 into 6 plus minus 6 into 2 plus 2 into 2 into minus 3, which comes out to be 18 minus 12 minus 6, that is 18 minus 12 minus 6 is minus 18, and therefore we will get 0. So for vectors B and C, again their scalar product is equal to 0, therefore we can say that vector B is perpendicular to vector C as equation number 2. Similarly, for remaining two vectors, that is vector A and vector C, scalar product will be vector A dot vector C will be equal to axcx plus aycy plus azcz. Putting the values, we will get vector A dot vector C equal to 2 into 6 plus 3 into 2 plus 6 into minus 3, which comes out to be 12 plus 6 minus 18. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 minus 18 will be equal to 0, and therefore we can say that vector A is perpendicular to vector C. That is the third equation. So from first, second and third equation, we can write from 1, 2 and 3, vector A, vector B and vector C are mutually perpendicular. Vector A, B and C are mutually perpendicular. Now let us go for next numerical, that is numerical number 3, which is stated as determine the vector product of phi1 equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus k cap, and vector phi2 will be equal to I cap plus 2 j cap minus 3 k cap. So for this numerical number 3, the given data is vector phi1 is equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus k cap. Then vector phi2 is equal to I cap plus 2 j cap minus 3 k cap. And we have to find out vector phi1 cross vector phi2. So vector product of these two vectors we will have to find out. Now it will be given in the form of determinant, that is vector phi1 cross vector phi2 will be equal to vector phi1 cross vector phi2 will be equal to determinant I j k I cap j cap k cap 2 3 minus 1, then 1 2 minus 3, 1 2 minus 3. Then it will be simplified as I cap into minus 9 minus minus 2, that is plus 2. So I cap into minus 9 plus 2. Similarly, minus j into minus 6 minus minus 1, that is plus 1. So minus j cap into minus 6 plus 1. Similarly, plus k cap into 4 minus 3, and therefore simplifying this we will get vector v1 cross vector v2 will be equal to minus 9 plus 2, that is minus 7 I cap plus minus 6 plus 1, that is minus 5, and this minus, so that it will be plus 5 j cap plus 4 minus 3, that is 1 k cap, and therefore the vector product of phi1 and phi2 comes out to be minus 7 I cap plus 5 j cap plus k cap. Then let us see next numerical, that is numerical number 4, which is given as given vector phi1 equal to 5 I cap plus 2 j cap and vector phi2 equal to a I cap minus 6 j cap are perpendicular to each other, then determine value of a. So for this numerical number 4, given data is vector phi1 equal to 5 I cap plus 2 j cap, then vector v2 equal to a I cap minus 6 j cap, and we have to find out the value of a. But as vector phi1 and vector phi2 are perpendicular to each other, these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, therefore their scalar product must be equal to 0, that is vector v1 dot vector v2 must be equal to 0. And therefore we can write vector v1 dot vector v2 equal to 5a minus 12. 5a minus 12, this will be the scalar product of v1 and v2. But given that the two vectors are perpendicular, therefore this 5a minus 12, that scalar product must be equal to 0. That is 5a minus 12 must be equal to 0, and therefore we can write 5a equal to 12. 5a equal to 12, or a is equal to 12 by 5. A is equal to 12 by 5. This will be the required answer. Then we will go for next numerical, that is numerical number 5, which is given as obtain the derivatives of the following functions, and these functions are given as x sin x, then x raised to 4 plus cos x, and x upon sin x. So for this numerical number 5, the functions are given as first is x sin x, second is x raised to 4 plus cos x, third is x upon sin x, and for these three functions we have to find their derivatives. And therefore let us see first one, that is derivative of x sin x will be written as d by dx of x sin x, d by dx of x sin x, which will be equal to, by the rule of uv, that is d by dx of uv, by that rule we can write x into d by dx of sin x, x into d by dx of sin x plus sin x into d by dx of x, and therefore it will be equal to x into derivative of sin x is cos x, and therefore first term we will get x cos x plus sin x into derivative of x, that is d by dx of x, which will be equal to 1, and therefore it will be only sin x, and therefore we will get d by dx of x sin x equal to x cos x plus sin x. Second, d by dx of x raised to 4 plus cos x, which will be equal to derivative of x raised to 4 will be here, that is 4x cube. Derivative of x raised to 4 comes out to be 4x cube, and derivative of cos x will be minus sin x, and therefore the derivative of, that is d by dx of x raised to 4 plus cos x comes out to be 4x cube minus sin x. Then third, d by dx of x upon sin x. Here by using the rule of division, that is d by dx of u by v, we will get 1 by sin x into d by dx of x, 1 by sin x into d by dx of x minus 1 by sin square x into x, 1 by sin square x into x into d by dx of sin x, d by dx of sin x, which comes out to be, here it is 1 by sin x and into derivative of, that is d by dx of x, that will be equal to 1, and therefore first term we will get 1 by sin x, then minus 1 by sin square x is here, then x will be here, and then derivative of sin x. Derivative of sin x is cos x, and therefore x cos x upon sin square x. X cos x upon sin square x, and therefore derivative of x by sin x comes out to be 1 by sin x minus x cos x upon sin square x. So this will be the required derivatives. And then we will go for numerical number 6, which is given as numerical number 6 is using the rule of determination or differentiation for the quotient of the two functions. We have to prove that d by dx of sin x upon cos x is equal to sec square x. D by dx of sin x upon cos x is equal to sec square x. So in this case we will have to use the rule of differentiation of division or the quotient, division or quotient rule for differentiation, that is derivative, that we will have to write. So for this numerical number 6 we have to prove that d by dx of sin x upon cos x equal to sec square x, and therefore let d by dx of sin x upon cos x, which will be written by using the rule of quotient for differentiation as 1 by cos x into d by dx of sin x, 1 by cos x into d by dx of sin x minus 1 by cos square x, 1 by cos square x into sin x into d by dx of cos x, 1 by cos square x into sin x into d by dx of cos x, which comes out to be cos x upon cos x upon cos x, because derivative of sin x is cos x. So cos x upon this cos x plus this minus, and derivative of this cos x, which is minus sin x. So due to minus minus it will become plus, and sin x into sin x, that is sin square x upon cos square x. Then which will be written as cos x upon cos x, that will be equal to 1. So 1 plus sin square x upon cos square x. Then taking cross multiplication we will get, simplifying it, cos square x plus sin square x upon cos square x, cos square x plus sin square x upon cos square x, which will be equal to, this numerator will be equal to 1, because sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1, and upon cos square x. But we know that 1 by cos x is sec x, and therefore 1 by cos square x will be equal to sec square x. So this will be the required proof, that is d by dx of sin x upon cos x comes out to be sec square x. And now we will go for next numerical, that is numerical number 7, which is stated as evaluate the following integral. So we have to find out the integration of the given functions. First is integration from 0 to pi by 2 sin x dx, and second is integration from 1 to 5 x dx. And therefore for this numerical the given data is, first function is given from 0 to pi by 2 sin x dx, second is integration from 1 to 5 x dx. So first one we will consider first. So integration from 0 to pi by 2 sin x dx, integration from 0 to pi by 2 sin x dx, integration of sin x is minus cos x from 0 to pi by 2, from 0 to pi by 2. This is the upper limit, this is the lower limit. In order to solve it, first of all we will have to put in place of x this upper limit, and then subtract this lower limit by putting 0 here. So that will be equal to minus cos pi by 2 plus cos 0, minus cos pi by 2 plus cos 0. Putting the values we will get 0 plus 1 equal to 0, 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Now 0 is here, that is minus cos pi by 2, minus cos pi by 2 is 0, and therefore 0 plus 1 will be equal to 1 here. So this will be the required answer. And now second is integration from 1 to 5 x dx, integration from 1 to 5 x dx, which will be equal to integration of x dx is x square by 2 from 1 to 5, from 1 to 5. Again simplifying it we can write 5 square by 2 minus 1 square by 2, 5 square by 2 minus 1 square by 2, which comes out to be 25 by 2 minus half. 25 by 2 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 24 by 2. 24 by 2, which is the equal to 12. This will be the required value.